Y'all, I'm Yasmin. Welcome to Mental Health Convos, where we educate, empower, elevate, and embrace. If you guys have not noticed, I am wearing a rose quartz stone from sageandsunlight.com. Rose quartz is a beautiful stone. It's one of my favorites, and it's a love stone. So that's like the whole point of this video right here. It's self-love. So some of these tips that I'm going to share with you are some that I have actually used myself. So I'm not just preaching to the choir. I've actually done these, okay? So number one is stop comparing yourself to other people. That's a big one. What we do, and especially young adults. I'm 29. I'll be 30 later on this year. What we like to do is we'll always compare ourselves to other people. That is hurting our self-esteem. So, for example, you're on Facebook, you're struggling, right? And you see everybody buying a house, buying new cars, buying this and that. They got kids, they're married, and you don't have those things yet. Listen, yet. So what you may do is you may start just feeling bad about your life. You may start feeling bad about yourself. You may say, I just don't know, man. Just things just aren't taking off for me. I'll never get where I need to be. No, don't think that way. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Because guess what? Everybody's season is not the same. Somebody had to tell me this. My sister, she had to let me know this. I used to get, I'm not jealous. I wouldn't get upset, but I would say like, dang, when is this gonna happen for me? When is that gonna happen for me? Especially when it comes to meeting a quality male, a quality mate, and getting married and having children. I pretty much have everything else I want in my life. I do feel like I'm successful. I do feel as though I have pretty much everything else I want in my life, and now I want a husband and children. I don't know if it's time, but eventually it'll come to me. But that's one thing that really kills our self-esteem, is that we start comparing ourselves to others. We look at what we don't have, and we start focusing on what other people have. Now, it may be their season. It may be their time, because there may be a time in their life where they struggled and they were thinking, damn, nothing is going right for me. I can't get this. I can't get that. I can't, so that's number one. Don't compare yourselves to other people. When the time is right for you, things will happen for you. Trust me. When it's time for you to have a child, you will have a child. When it's time for you to get a new car, you will get a new car. When it's time for you to get a house, you will get a house. And a lot of people don't understand that law of attraction is real. I have witnessed so much. And when I tell you I have manifested so much, I have. And I mean that. So there were some times when I'm like, man, I know I'm not going to get this. I know I'm not going to get that. I have all of those things that I thought I wasn't going to get. So, as I said, one day I want to be married, one day I want to have children. You think I'm not trying to manifest it? We'll see. Y'all see when I'll do a video and I'm like, I'm engaged. I have a baby. Y'all will know. I'm going to put it on here and make sure y'all see it. But anyway, moving on. Number two. So, number two. Okay, another thing about self-love, tip number two, is watch the people that are around you, okay? That can have an impact on your self-love as well. And what I mean by that, a lot of us, we sometimes are in toxic relationships. Toxic relationships. And when we're in toxic relationships, our partners are not as loving, supportive, caring. They're not what we need them to be as partners. And my channel is about mental health convos and just different topics to elevate you and just personal development. But one thing I notice is that sometimes people have mental health disorders and they have partners that are not supportive as they should be. So what I mean by that is you may have somebody that is depressed, that may be down, and I'll do another video on depression. But with depression comes, lack of energy. You're not interested in things that you used to. You may just, want to be in bed all day, things like that. Now, a person that may be, not sensitive to what you're going through, they may say, you're lazy. You just don't want to do anything. I know when I had, a rough season in my life and I just was not myself, my partner would say to me, you're just acting lazy. You just don't want to do nothing. You just tired. And I'm just like, dang, well, you know, needless to say, I'm no longer with that person. But the reality of sometimes our self-love can be impacted by the people that we're with, toxic relationships. If you have someone that's talking down to you, you're ugly, you're fat, you're nothing, you'll never be nothing, you ain't you got to get rid of that. That's impacting your self-love. I want everyone to love themselves, okay, to the fullest. So if you have to cut off toxic boyfriends or toxic girlfriends, do that. And now this is a conversation a lot of us ain't ready for, but toxic parents, if you need to, cut them off too. And yes, I said it. But again, like I said, that's a whole nother conversation that a lot of people aren't ready for. But at the end of the day, self-love, self-love, self-love. All right, moving on to number 3 is don't let people use you. And me, I am so kind-hearted. I've been used so many times, and I did not even realize it. And let me just add, if people can pick up on the fact that you may not love yourself or you may not value yourself, they will use you, okay? Some of those people will know that you're in a vulnerable spot and that sometimes that you want love and attention from other people, so they will use that to their advantage to use you to get what they can out of you. So for example, if if you show that you really don't care much about yourself or that you have low self-esteem, but yet you have a good job, you have a nice car, you may attract a man that does not have a job, that does not have a car, who will act as if he loves you only to use you for your money and your car. Don't let people use you, okay? You got people that only come around you when they want something. They're trying to use you. You got people that only come around when it's beneficial for them. They're trying to use you. Don't let people use you, y'all. Know your value, know your worth. Carry yourself well, and don't go out here acting crazy, okay? Now, this is especially for black women, okay? I'm gonna let y'all know. Sis, you don't have to be loud, okay? You do not have to be loud. Now, I know I come on my channel, I like to be fun and bubbly and all that kind of stuff. But in public, please stop being loud. I hate it. And guess what? That brings a bad stereotype for other women, because they start thinking that black women are loud, we're ghetto, we have no class, we have no sense, we're uneducated. And I hate that. I absolutely hate that. So, sis, I'm going to need for you to tone it down, okay? Head up and heels high, period. All right, another one is that with self-love, you want to set the tone for how people address you, okay? Some people have the nerve to talk to people any kind of way, and I noticed that with jobs. When people think that you need a job, or people have boss on their name, director, VP, or whatever, they have the nerve to look down on people and talk to them any kind of way. That's one thing I will not tolerate. Also, let me add, so not only in work situations, but also when you're dating, as I was talking about the toxic relationships, sometimes you're dating people and they talk to you any kind of way. Don't let people talk to you any kind of way. Don't let people handle you any kind of way. And I mean that. So for this video, I'm about to wrap it up. The last self-love tip I'm going to give to you, a drum roll, and this is the last one, is to not be scared to love others, okay? Now, for those of us, I might do another video like this, but about relationships. So for some of us that have been hurt, that have been in abusive relationships, that have been in toxic relationships, once we get out of those relationships, sometimes we are scared to love. We may, get our stuff together and start loving ourselves, but sometimes we aren't willing to love others. We're scared. We're scared of being hurt. We're scared of loving again. And I myself, I think that's that was my problem. Once I loved someone and it didn't work out, and it was just back and forth and just drama, going forward, I'm kind of like, I just don't want to deal with all that no more. I don't want to deal with that anymore. I just tired of love and love and all that kind of stuff. But I had to realize, I was thinking to myself, like, yes, you're a cute lady, you're smart, you're ambitious, you're funny, who wouldn't want to date you? You're a beautiful woman. Why not? Why are you setting limits on yourself or your love life because of what somebody else did? Okay, I'm stopping my love. I'm a hopeless romantic at that, so I love love. But there was a time when I was just like, you know what, I'm done with this. I'm done with love. I don't want to date anybody. I'm tired of going through this. I'm tired of being back and forth with the same person. I'm tired of going through this drama. I'm tired of this. But now I'm like, yeah. So y'all don't let what happened in the past stop you from what you got going on now. Because you know that guy that texts you, "Hey, beautiful," every morning, he might be your husband. He might be your knight in shining armor. But since you done cut off that love line, you may not know that. You may not give him the chance. So don't let what somebody else did stop your love, stop your progress in life. Okay? Be open to love. So that's it. If you are new here, please make sure you subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, y'all. And remember, y'all, I love you. Please take these tips and utilize them in your life. I want everyone to have high self-esteem and really love themselves. Don't let people use you. Don't let people treat you any kind of way. Don't be scared to love. Get out there, get your love stone if you need to. Go to sageandsunlight.com. Thank you guys so much. Well, thank you ladies so much. I love y'all. Bye.